Mr. Yumob, and here are 5 creatures from the Philippines, and just a little warning, this is going to be quite weird. Number 1. Omamongo. Omamongo is a white-haired ape-like creature who is said to live in Mount Kanlaon. Using its long sharp nails, this creature is ferocious and will kill anything that it sees living. But for some reason it only eats small mammals, so like, bunnies and stuff. Though there is a theory that this myth came about by some sort of white gorilla finding its way to the Philippines, or maybe something influenced from China. I personally think influence from China, because how is a white gorilla going to get into the archipelago? I mean, trading, maybe? Number 2. Sarang Gay. First up, sorry for the way I pronounce it. I don't know what my tongue is at the moment. Anyway, so the Sarang Gay is kind of like the Greek Minotaur, being half human, half cow humanoid thing. But unlike the Greek Minotaur, there's no sub-story to go with it. They're actually a species. These creatures, they protect their villages with usually their reputation alone, but they can scale off easily with smoke emitting from their nostrils. Now, it doesn't say whether this is poisonous, though some do allude to it, but otherwise it's just scary black smoke. Now, the Sarang Gay are adorned with a lot of jewelry, and if you steal their jewelry, then it's magical apparently, but good luck with that considering that they will throttle you if you come anywhere near their precious shinies. Sigmund. Now I'm just going to use some old audio because 1, I'm lazy and don't have time to record this all, so don't bat an eyelash about all the werewolf talk. So Sigmund is, more or less, Philippines' version or variation of the werewolf, and much like the classic Dracula, possesses a grab bag of tricks, abilities, and random rules of which it can and cannot kill you. In appearance, the Sigmund tends to vary from island to island. Some say it's like a small kangaroo with big flappy ears, others say it's like a small bear, with leathery skin and spines running from its head to its tail. Others describe it as more of a hellhound type being completely black, shaggy, and enormous in size. What all adaptations of the creature seem to have in common is that the Sigmund has abnormally long hind legs and back-turned feet. This is because the Sigmund walks backwards at an alarmingly fast rate, mind you. The Sigmund will walk backwards on all fours until it's time to feed. To feed, it literally hides in the shadows, more or less melting into one. Upon finding their prey, the Sigmund will turn around, crouching at the head of the person's shadow. This allows the Sigmund to drink the blood of the human through the shadow. Don't ask me how it does this. It simply does. Eventually, with this mythology, you can't just accept that Philippines. Anyhow, unfortunately, the Sigmund changes its hunting tactics at night, and will stalk its prey like any other wild creature, and attack them when they're most vulnerable. The Sigmund are also said to be the pets of the aswang, another Filipino creature. I'll probably get to that at some point in my life. The alpha of the species are pets to Sinurugan, ruler of the underworld. So in a way, a less friendly version of Cerberus? Though once the Sigmund becomes an alpha, they more or less lose the ability to turn back into their human form, at least of their own will. Though they may just not want to. Though seeing how the Sigmund is, in a way, the Filipino version of the werewolf, it isn't clear how you become one. Though seeing as they are not only linked to the aswang, but witches as well, I imagine it involves some level of dark magic. The only way you can sense one coming is if you smell them, for the stench instantly makes you want to vomit. Or literally vomit. Sometimes even faint. Kinda makes it difficult to run for your life, don't you think? There are no documents of anyone actually killing one, so it pretty much discounts the classic use of a silver bullet, but considering the general culture, I suggest either a crucifix or salts or magic herbs. Yeah. Tickbelang. Now, the Tickbelang is kind of like a backwards center, with the top half of a horse and the bottom half of kind of a human. It's more or less generally humanoid, with really long legs that are said to go over its head when it sits. Now, these creatures are said to make travelers lose their way, and the only way to break free of their spell is to turn your clothes inside out and politely ask it for safe passage. Now, pre-warning, this mightn't work if you are a woman or female in general, because Tickbelang have this thing where they rape women a lot, and that's how they're created in general. So fun. They do this even though Tickbelang can get married and have children, and it is said that when it rains and the sun is out, 2 Tickbelang have just said their vows. Though in some weird, messed up way, there is a silver lining to this because you can actually tame a Tickbelang by stealing the 3 golden hairs that are in its mane. And number 5, Capray. Again, please forgive me for my pronunciations. I don't know what's wrong with my tongue. Anyhow, there are 2 types of Capray. There is the normal Capray and the black Capray. Now, the black Capray is called the black Capray not because it's black. Actually, all Caprays are black. They're called black Caprays because they're evil. Now, as to what they do exactly that is evil, nothing clearly says. I think they just eat humans, you know, the normal monster stuff. But the normal Capray are actually said to be protectors of homes. If they give a crap about you, I mean, for the most part, Caprays kind of just sit in trees and smoke and watch people. Otherwise, the only time they're mentioned in myth is when they are protecting small children from abuse in the home. And that concludes this really short list. I'm sorry that it's so short and lacks so much information. If you want, comment below which creature you want me to go more in depth into, and I will try. And I apologize that it was so long a wait, but life is busy, sorry. Anyhow, maybe give this video a dislike and definitely don't subscribe. That is probably quite bad for your health, and see ya!